Friday, everybody. Welcome to What It Takes, a mini-series where I ask the same questions to elite coaches and they talk about what it takes to become an elite coach. I'm your host, Kevin Shaw, and today we are talking with five-star diamond and two-time elite coach, Jillian Kaplan. Jillian, welcome to What It Takes.
Thank you.
Jillian, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
So I am a full-time working professional. I do Beachbody, I will say on the side, but I'll say as a secondary job. I have been a coach about 3 years now, and I started as a customer. I'm a trauma survivor. I am a dog mom, a wife, and a soon-to-be human mom.
Yes, you are. How far along are you now?
9 months.
It is time.
Yeah.
Time for the baby to come out. Awesome. Well, we're thrilled to have you on here. Okay, let's dive into the questions. Number one, Jillian, how were you introduced to Beachbody?
I came on as a customer. I was someone that struggled with binge eating and diet pill addiction and IBS, and I'm a researcher, so I started when I saw my coach posting about Shakeology, I started Googling Shakeology, and it said that it could really help with some of the IBS symptoms I was having, and I reached out and signed up as a customer because I thought, it was better than living on laxative, essentially, which is what I was doing. And about 4 months after that, I became a coach pretty much solely for the discount, and then quickly realized there was a big business potential.
That is phenomenal. Well, as much as we love to say Shakeology helps with things, we don't make any medical claims, just a little legal thing. Yeah, but it has helped you, and that's phenomenal. Congratulations with that. And it turned into a great source of income for you, so that's wonderful. Okay, number two, now that you're a coach, Jillian, describe what those early days looked like for you.
In the very beginning, I really had no idea what I was doing, and I did start to share my journey on social media, and people started to notice a physical change in me, a mental change in me, just an overall well-being. I was feeling better, looking better, and in the beginning, that is sort of how I started my business. I really had no idea what I was doing in the very beginning, but it kind of snowballed into something great because I just started sharing openly and inviting openly and honestly and not really overthinking it. Something I always say to people is I never thought I could, but I never thought I couldn't. So I just did. And that was the beginning for me.
So was it a conscious decision to then just be like that, or was that just did that naturally happen?
No, it just like I said, I didn't really overthink it. I think a lot of people overthink what they need and what they have to do and all that sort of stuff. And no one ever told me I couldn't. When I set these big goals for myself, everyone was like, yeah, that's cool. So I was like, okay, cool. So, after your first full year, you're elite, and that's what I'm going to do. And so I just did.
You just do it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so what do you feel are some attributes or habits you have that contribute to your success?
Consistency is number one for me. Because I work a full-time 9 to 5, I'm at a Fortune 10 company. I have a pretty high pressure job. I have to be consistent. And that doesn't mean working 5-10 hours a day. That means getting in my power hour. Time management is my jam. So the days I don't want to do it are the days that I have to do it. So I put in an hour, no ifs, ands, or buts every single day to my business, to the essential tasks. On the weekends, I can catch up on all the housekeeping stuff I have to do. But during the week, it's just the vital behaviors. It's just what's going to grow my business. And that is I really have based my business on power hours and consistency. I don't think it takes fancy graphics or websites or anything like that. And I think that stuff needs to be put to the side. I tried that in the beginning. It took me 4 hours to do a graphic. It would look like my dog did it. So don't waste your time on stuff like that. Just be really consistent at the vitals and your business will grow.
Perfectly said. I could not agree more with that. We could stay busy doing lots of things, but the productive things are what's going to move our business forward, and you have to be consistent at those. Whew, I like that a lot. All right, so what advice do you have for a brand new coach who doesn't know where to start? What can they start doing today to achieve long-term success?
I would definitely say the vitals: connect with your coach and, ask them to join in on a challenge group with you or someone on your team. Don't try to do this alone. I don't even run challenge groups alone 3 years into the business. I run them with my team. I run them with other people, because what's the point, like I said, time management wise, of me, putting 3 times the time into creating a group when I can have all these other people helping me run it, and all of us are doing, a tenth of the amount of work. So hook up with someone, whether it's your upline, whether it's another coach on your team, and start getting going. Just start a challenge group, start a free group, start something that you can run with other people. I would say don't get discouraged. Like I get hundreds and hundreds of no's every single month, and I consider that a win, because those people don't mean no forever. And guess what? Tomorrow, September 1st, all those people that said no to me in August are going to be on my September list.
I like that. And I love the group idea as well. That's very smart. That's working very smart and achieving, getting the same results when you don't have to put in as much effort. That's really, really well said. Okay. What about the coach who is struggling or is thinking about giving up? What advice do you have for them?
Dive into PD. I think that's the most underutilized vital behavior. If you're struggling, think about where you're struggling. If you start a PD book and you're like, this is not helping me, pick up a different one. I think that, if you're struggling with something in your personal life, I always say, I'm sure you guys have heard this a million times, turn your mess into your message. I have been there. I've had personal struggles, but you have to think that there are other people that are probably going through exactly what you are going through. And if you can start to share, like, very positively and in little snippets about what you're going through, I bet you're going to be able to connect with a lot of people and grow a tribe of people that are like you, that you enjoy working with. So not only will it help you to sort of do this PD and get this stuff off your chest, but I guarantee you're going to help a bunch of other people too in the process of sharing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I'm ready to go. You got me all fired up. I like that. Okay, so what's the best advice you've received regarding your personal business?
Best advice I've received regarding my personal business, I would say, like, the consistency, which is really what I've based my business on. I think that when you come into this business, there are going to be people that are skeptical of you, and they're going to be like, oh, Jillian's just doing this next fad, and she's just doing this next thing, and, it'll be done soon. And when you stop doing it, you're basically confirming what those people are saying about you. So when you pick it back up again, you not only have to, like, rebuild from that point, but you also have to, like, reprove yourself. I'm not saying never take a break. I will tell you, on the cruise, I literally shut off my phone. I carried around an old school camera. I was like the only person on the cruise that did that. But I told my audience, like, just like I tell my boss when I'm taking a vacation, I told my audience, hey, I'm going off the grid. I'm not saying never take a break. What I'm saying is you have to be consistent and you have to show up when you say you're going to. I bet you if I asked my social media today, like, how many of you think I'd still be doing this 3 years later, they'd be like, no way, but you have to prove them wrong. You have to prove, like, hey, I'm here for the long haul, and I'm not going to go like this in my business. I'm going to be, like, really consistent.
Yep. Well said. Okay, on to the speed round. Jillian, this is where I ask you rapid fire questions looking for quick answers. On average, how much time do you spend working your business?
I would say about 15 to 20 hours a week. It's about an hour a day, Monday through Friday, and 10 to 15 hours on the weekends.
How about that? What's your average SC each month?
20 to 30.
What percentage of time do you focus on your own business versus your team?
95% on my own. What I share with my team is what I'm doing. I don't come up with extra stuff for them. I'll be like, this is what's working for me, this is what's not. So 95% is on me, and then that 5% is sharing with them what's working.
That's the highest percentage I've heard. How about that? Okay, and what leadership ladder rung are you at right now?
Team leader.
Okay, guys, it is time for questions from a hat. This is where Jillian has no idea the question that I'm going to ask. Here is today's question. Jillian, this is very important. How old is the oldest pair of shoes in your closet?
Oh my God.
That really is what the question is.
Probably like 10 years. I'm not into stuff, so I keep my stuff forever. So
As do I. I couldn't tell you the last time I bought a new pair of shoes. All right, guys, very important question to end on. Jillian, thank you so much for joining us today. Great content, great stuff, guys. Pay attention to it, write it down, do exactly what she said, and you will become successful. Jillian, thank you for joining us on What It Takes.
thank you.